Hey, and welcome to level 12 of Doom 64. This is Altar of Pain. The opening to this level is pretty nasty because there's a bunch of enemies in the toxic sludge here with us. The floor doesn't hurt us, but the enemies up top probably will if we don't get rid of them. So the first thing I'm going to do here is use the chain gun that we've just picked up to get rid of these cacodemons. The thing about this level is that there's a whole bunch of enemies sort of dotted around, and we need to make sure that we take care of them. If we don't take care of them, they'll just follow us through the level and they will just cause a lot of problems. You can see there's a mancubus up top there taking shots at me, so just trying to avoid him for now. The bigger threats for me are the cacodemons because they can actually follow us into the next part of the level if we're not careful. Grab the super shotgun here. This is more effective in my opinion than the chain gun at getting rid of the cacodemons. You see there's also a bunch of imps on the inside of the level here. These guys are really just here to chip away at your health. That Baron at the top though is a problem. We will be dealing with it later on. Part of the reason I'm coming around the outside here is just to grab all the ammo because we are going to be facing a Baron very imminently, and I do want to make sure that we're well stocked for this fight. The Baron's actually right here. You need to go through that teleporter there, so this encounter is pretty mandatory. You can run past him, but I don't recommend it because then you kind of lose track of him. So you can see here the teleporter takes us into the center of the level here. There's a bunch of enemies in here that haven't woken up from our earlier escapade, so we just need to make sure we take those out. There's ammo around here, I'm going to grab that. We can come up the steps here and take out the imps around the platforms here. There's an imp in here that I'm just going to get rid of, just so I don't have to worry about it later on. Hit that switch. That switch actually opens the way to the blue key, because when we arrived here it was actually behind a sort of pillar and we weren't able to actually get to it. Do love the little candle effects there, how they try to sort of recreate candle lighting with the sectors there. Really cool. It's now time to get rid of this Baron here. There's not much it can really do to us while we're down here, which is why I'm choosing to take it on here. The blue door is here. There's 3 Hell Knights in this section. It's important that we don't sort of get trapped in a corner, which is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Get trapped in that corner. There's a third one around this corner here. You need to grab the armor there. We can't go up here just yet. We actually need to hit this switch at the back here. It is well disguised, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Make sure you hit that switch there because that opens the way towards the red key card. We weren't able to actually come up here before there was some bars blocking us, but now we can. Our next goal is to hit these 2 switches here. It's worth getting rid of this Hell Knight here just because I don't want him chucking fireballs at me. There's a second one over here as well, so let's use the chain gun just to finish him off. Excellent. There's a supercharge over there, but we won't be getting that for quite a while yet. We're not going to be able to run across here because we're slightly lower down than the platform. Once we hit this switch, let's take care of you. I think now is a good time to get rid of this mancubus over there. The mancubus can't follow us, but it can shoot at us across the level like this, and it is a bit of a pain in the backside. Hitting those switches lets us come up here. The yellow keycard's actually inside this area here. It can be easy to miss if you're not paying attention, so do make sure you're watching out for switches on the wall. The Hell Knight should have come down here. He has indeed. So when we hit this switch here, first things first, before we do anything with that switch, let's take care of this mancubus here. This section opens up over here. I will not be grabbing that partial invisibility because it will make the next part of this level a bit more trickier than it needs to. So now that we've got the red keycard, we can head inside the red door. But inside the red door there's a whole bunch of barons just waiting for us to go inside. It's not a nice encounter, especially if you're pistol starting, because it really kind of pushes your ammo to its limits. So I do recommend when you're running in here, grabbing the Unmaker in the center of the room here. Ooh, that nearly went bad for me there. Remember, if you are playing with normal weapons, so you're bringing your weapons through from previous levels, you can have this supercharged by this point, so you would have a faster firing rate here. As it happens, because I'm pistol starting, it doesn't carry over. So unfortunately we're just going to have to make use of the basic Unmaker here. But this is a good way of dealing with the barons in this room. I think there's one more baron at the back of this room and we're going to take care of him. There's a few more who will teleport in when we hit that switch over there, but right this second we've got control of this room, which is good for me. There's a bunch of armor and health bonuses lying around if you need those. You can see the yellow keycard has exposed itself there. We're going to make use of the Unmaker because we're not going to get to use it that often in this run through, so it's worth just seeing what this thing can do. Like I said, this is just the basic version of this weapon. We don't even have the ability to carry the keycard through because we are pistol starting, but this room is quite nasty if you're doing a pistol start, so I do recommend grabbing that Unmaker and making good use of it. We will be heading over there momentarily towards that supercharge. There is a secret exit on this level as well, which is not very well signposted, and that's because it's pretty well hidden. It's actually very cleverly hidden in my opinion, and I'll be showing you in a second where exactly it is. There's a secret over here with a supercharge in it. So there's actually 2 supercharges on this level for you to grab. Thought there was an imp down there. There was an imp up here, however. So you can see the imps have teleported in as we've been progressing through the level. The yellow keycard doesn't really do anything. The supercharge here is pretty useless for us because we already had maximum health near enough. So what I'm going to do here, we're actually going to head back up there. I didn't intend to fall down. The reason for that is because the secret exit is actually tucked away in a secret cavern just away from that supercharge. So if we run straight on here, we shouldn't have a problem. So if you line it up here using the map, if you go to the line map, you can see that there's a hidden section here. Once we get rid of this baron, a secret exit will open up, and that will actually take us to another secret level. We're not going to go into that exit right this second. I am actually just going to show you what the yellow skull card actually does. Because if you use the yellow skull card, it takes you to the normal exit here. And there's a pretty interesting trap at the end of that. I'm on the wrong side here. It's a very gloomy level, this one. I actually remember playing this as a kid and getting lost because this level is very cryptic at points. There's various moments in this one where you really need to remember where the doors are, where the switches are, and what they're all doing, because if you don't, well, you're going to get lost. And as a kid, I got lost plenty of times on this level. As we approach the level's exit here, there is a Hell Knight in front of us. As we run towards the exit though, it's not quite a straight run here because we have to do another Hell Knight encounter. I think there should have been a Baron on these higher difficulties. I think that would have been a much more intimidating challenge. But you can see there, you can go through the normal exits and that will take you out of the level. But we're not going to go out the normal exit, we're going to go through the secret exit. I do like this level. Like I said, I have a lot of memories of this one because this is one of those levels I got stuck on as a kid when I was playing this on my Nintendo 64. So this level has stuck with me over the years. Maybe not for the best reasons, but coming back to it as an adult, there is a sort of logic to the level that kind of works as you're playing through it. If you're not a fan of backtracking, however, this level is most definitely not for you because there's a lot of that and you're going to have to keep track of switches, of what enemies are doing. There's a lot of things going on in this level and it's very easy to find yourself double backing and struggling to figure out what takes you to the next part. But as we finish this level here, we actually are going to be heading towards the lair. And we get this little splash screen here introducing us to the next secret level. So that's the next level we'll be doing. I'll see you there. Thank you very much for watching.